The slimy membrane that is its skin seems to contain something. No. Looks like that's everything for now. I guess let's go back to the kitchen and cook for him. Let's cook for Grandpa. Prepare food. Banana and fiberglass. Conceal. The insulation is concealed in the browning banana flesh. Huge. I don't have any other soft fruits or veggies. Okay. Okay. Let's go to Grandpa. Chat, we're gonna feed Grandpa. Are you ready? Observe. You examine Grandpa, noting its movements, respiration, and general mood. Grandpa seems sort of sluggish and bored. You get the feeling it may be more content and really cooperative once fed. Okay. Feed Grandpa. Would you like to view the tutorial before you start? You will not be prompted again. Yes. This brief tutorial will go over the basics of feeding Grandpa via introduction of the via induction of your unprotected insula. Grandpa has Via induction of your unprotected insula, Grandpa has simulated the production of tooth enamel to mimic a human mouth. It will need to be fed through this in order to learn and grow. First, you will need to select an item from the lunchbox. Click on the lunchbox in the bottom right corner. The contents of the lunchbox will be displayed. Select an item from the lunchbox. Nice food, bad food. Doing so will fill your hand with this item. Note that any food can be put back in the lunchbox by clicking on the lunchbox with a full hand. Before Grandpa can be fed, it must judge the food by smell. Hover your hand above the Grandpa's olfactory bulbs. Hover your hand above Grandpa's olfactory bulbs. If Grandpa is pleased, it will allow you to feed it. Most foods Grandpa will accept, however, getting Grandpa to consume other things requires some culinary deception. When Grandpa is willing to be fed, hover your hand over its mouth and click. Grandpa will then consume the food. Good luck on feeding Grandpa. I don't like that. You approach the small window set in the bars. Oh, is that its mouth? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Okay. Concealed insulation. Do you like it, Grandpa? Grandpa's enticed by the smell. Click on Grandpa's mouth to feed it. If Grandpa's enticed by the smell, okay. Click on Grandpa's nostrils, left of his mouth. Okay. Grandpa is unable to detect the unappealing item in the food and will accept this. Okay, here, Grandpa. Although quickly consumed, the meal seems to be causing some indigestion. Or maybe I shouldn't have put. And with a sudden lurch, Grandpa empties its stomach onto the floor. The contents pull together in front of the cage. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have fed Grandpa insulation. Do you want cashews, Grandpa? Grandpa, do you want cashews? Okay. The meal appears to have been sufficient. Corroded battery, lettuce, blueberries. Do you want blueberries? Grandpa finds this palatable. Good job, Grandpa. The meal appears to have been sufficient. If Grandpa is enticed by the smell, is he not full yet? Do you want lettuce? Grandpa, do you like lettuce? Grandpa is too full to consume such a mediocre meal. Perhaps if there was something more enticing. Okay. Maybe we're done feeding Grandpa. You step away from the window set in the bars, and Grandpa silently slides back to his corner. 2 digestible foods. 1 other. Go to Grandpa. Oh, examine the stomach contents. Chat, we found a key. Still somewhat wet. This might help you explore some of the basement. Oh my god, hold on. Before we teach Grandpa anything. There was something we couldn't open, remember? Oops. Cabinet. You try the safe's lock with the key you found, and it opens. A photo of your mother as a young woman. The recognition of this face kicks off a cascade of emotion and meaning deep within your psyche. I was hoping maybe we'd get a knife or something. Doesn't appear to be anything else you can grab, but there's a photo there clearly, right? Oh my god, what did I do? A tangible symbol of intention and desire. Okay. Okay, we did something, chat. I don't know if what we did was good. But we did something, okay. Enter. Can I mix another food for him? Doesn't seem to be anything in the fridges here. So it seems that what I did was smart. Mixing the banana with the insulation because it made him throw up and gave us that, which gave us access to the photo. We might have just did something different. I don't think... I had like watched a little of the game rooms through the beginning. I'd never seen that happen before. Offer mother doll. Grandpa doesn't appear to be interested in it at the moment. Okay, so we'll hold on to that. Nothing else in the stomach contents? Okay, so we fed Grandpa. Let's teach Grandpa something. Grandpa, would you like to view the tutorial? Okay. This is a brief tutorial. We'll go over teaching Grandpa pronunciation and vocalization. The vocabulary word you picked up will appear in the top left corner. In the bottom right corner will be a pentagon that is divided up into 8 sections. A section of the pentagon will be highlighted briefly. A notification sound will play, and soon another section will be highlighted. You will control a small round icon that sits above the pentagon by using your mouse. The ball is constrained to the limits of the pentagon. The ball is to keep your icon over the highlighted area and move it as the area changes sections around the pentagon. When you hold left click above the correct highlighted area, the icon will start to vibrate along with the stimulated vocal cords, and the current letter of your word will begin to turn red. Keeping holding over the highlight. Okay, so we're just teaching at it. Okay. Teaching Grandpa these words will accelerate its cognitive development and lead to further back. Okay. Teach Grandpa word. You approach the small window set in the bars. Oh, that's so creepy. Oh. Oh, it's... Oh, Grandpa, you're doing such a good job saying... Oh, this is weird. Oh, stop. Oh, Grandpa, come on, Grandpa. No, you could do... You could... Oh, Grandpa, you got this. Oh, boy. This is... No, you could do it, Grandpa. Grandpa, you could do it. You got this. You're doing so good, Grandpa. You're doing so good, Grandpa. Grandpa, you're doing... Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. Oh, it said Grandpa. It said Grandpa. Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module card and the notes there written by administrators of the past. Grandpa, part of vocabulary and vocalization module, E81 family. General pronunciation comments, usually trouble with articulation, voice thin, raspy, possibly underdeveloped larynx. Module comments, see below. We've done several sessions of what we are calling familial relation simulation, and I and a co-researcher sit in chairs opposite the enclosure. We're wearing the usual mask, and we've been to act out a scene mostly through improvisation that might roughly resemble a kitchen table conversation between immediate family members. Repeated trials would reveal, although our simulated conversation was purposely vague and unspecific regarding persons and identities, we would only address each other as brother, father, sister, etc., etc. It soon became apparent the encoded information and associations we unconsciously draw upon when hearing and speaking these words was being picked up on by Whiskers and its psi-type field of reception and interpretation of the brain and mind / events and semantic content. My co-researcher, William, we heard he got his head hurt earlier, noticed this in a simulation where Whiskers was given a role as a sister and as a brother, and I as brother, and he as brother, I was the father. Whiskers began responding to certain prompts with unusual specificity as well as the general pattern and timbre of speech that continued with unusual consistency. As soon as the simulation ended, we left the enclosure area. William let me know that Whiskers was almost certainly drawing from encoded memories of his late sister. Those are the pictures William was holding in there, and he says he must have known the risks he took. Was he trying to get Whiskers to create his sister? Mapping out exactly what regions and centers of neural activity are intercepted by the site type field will take extensive neuroimaging that we do not have at this site. Currently, we only have less precise portable equipment. However, our experiences are eerily in line with folk knowledge and folk explanations regarding this being's access to desires. And we begin to infer it has access to certain portions of the limbic system in this ventral temporal cortex. You step away from the bars and store the module card in the basement document table. All right. Well, let's teach Grandpa a new word. Oh, you're so pretty, Grandpa. You're really pretty. Feed Grandpa, teach Grandpa. I don't think I can feed Grandpa anymore. I just want to try giving him the battery. Grandpa, do you want to eat a battery? Grandpa grimaces at this artificial item. He does not want it. Okay, never mind. Grandpa's not hungry anymore. Grandpa makes a plaintive whine, clearly disappointed in the lack of sustenance. I tried to. It dejectedly locomotes back to its favorite corner. Feed Grandpa? You don't want to feed this Grandpa. All right, let's teach Grandpa how to say hello. You approach the small window set in the jail bar. Okay, Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa, ready to say hello? Okay. Grandpa. Yeah, Grandpa. Hello, Grandpa. Oh. Hey, Grandpa, this is good. This is how you say hello. Are those like its little vocal cords down there? Like, I don't like that. It's got 2 uvulas. This is such a weird mini game. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. That didn't sound like hello. Grandpa, we need to go back. Grandpa, that didn't sound like hello. Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module card and the notes there written by administrators of the past. Hello. We are already encountering some difficulty because that's not the title of it. As Whiskers subjectively is so much determined by a diverse and dynamic array of influences, attempt to mimic the thoughts and desires as passively intercepts, and these imitations go on to structure the basis of its identity. Only later in Whiskers' growth cycle does it begin to form an identity, or identities that are coherent and capable of resembling a sane, rational human being when engaged in conversation. One must imagine how hard it would be to converse with someone who is not yet oriented in one particular way towards who or how they are, because they might have 20 different honest answers to those questions. Basics of conversation. It is fortunate Whiskers' current growth, 19, I believe, has developed a mostly accurate human mouth simulation. Hello was a bit of a challenge in the previous growth that had failed to develop an adequate organ to act as a human tongue. Grandpa's got 2 vulvas? Good for him. You step away from the bars and store the module card of the document table. Okay, so Grandpa's been fed. Grandpa's been taught. Let's take another save. I don't think anything changed for us. Oh, wait a second. I have an idea. Chat. Remember the bulbous growth? Pulsating sac in the corner of the basement? Seems like it could be easily opened with a sharp edge. Can I use the key on it? The pulsating sac. No, I can't use the key. It doesn't let me use the key. Okay, maybe not. Okay, I guess we go back. Guess we're done with this week. I can't think of anything else that we can do. Oh, attempt to communicate. Grandpa ascends to your request. It approaches the bars and begins to unknit its skin. The inner Grandpa, though still not fully formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it if it can respond. Oh. Grandpa? You're awful fleshy. Ask about wish. Ask about biohazard bin. With a great deal of effort, Grandpa gurgles fragmented thoughts through its ill-formed lips. Oh, thank you, Grandpa. Are those your lips? Oh. However, it fails to produce more than a wet and frustrated sputtering noise. Okay. Oh, wait, I don't want to ask it again. Ask about wish. With a great deal of effort, Grandpa gurgles fragmented thoughts through his ill-formed lips. Mother, will father. New lives out of the air. The dark, spiny filaments that make up the majority of Grandpa's body begin to oscillate rapidly. Don't oscillate at me. The air behind your eyes, I can taste it. Whoa! What is that supposed to mean? With a great deal of effort, skin my body. All human skin around me. Give more. Grow more to fit. Goodbye. Grandpa silently ascends back to its shell. Offer mother doll. Grandpa doesn't appear to be interested at the moment. Okay. I don't think I can feed Grandpa anything else. I have lettuce. Is that yummy? Grandpa is too full to consume such a mediocre meal. Perhaps if you had something more. Okay. Okay. I think we've done everything we can, chat. End week. Would you like to end the week? Yes. Food acquired. Lettuce, cashews, banana, battery, blueberries, fiberglass, concealed insulation. Documents acquired. Man, we got a lot of documents. Knowledge you acquired this week has given you access to new conversation topics to discuss with Grandpa. You have gained the conversation topic language. Okay. Week 3. How far will they let us go? The documents seem to indicate that they always kill it off by week 4, right? Miss Richards approached me the other day in order to remark on Adrian's development. She noted how much more at ease she appeared when called upon in class or when asked to participate in group exercises. I had told her I'd seen this change happening as well, and that as much as I would like to take credit for it, I can only guess dimly at what might be reshaping her attitude. Miss Richards posited that it was perhaps Adrian's family moving into their grandfather's property that caused the change. It apparently is out in the country, a wooded area full of wide open space and far from the bustle of city noise. One topic has been following Gloriousroyal for 45 seconds. OT. You know, like how Homer Simpson strangles Bart? We're going to name the Grandpa One Topic. Grandpa's new name is One Topic. We're growing One Topic in this game. OT, have you heard of this game? It's creepy. I saw a little bit of the Game Grumps play it, and then I picked it up myself because, like, I need to see this. It's so interesting. It's like a visual novel type of deal, but you're a little kid trying to grow your grandfather in this weird experiment you discovered in the basement. The grandfather, Dr. Jacob Hart, had jointly purchased the land with the university he was employed and began constructing what he was including to be a satellite campus for a burgeoning psychological anthropology program he had established. Only one building ever ended up being constructed after Dr. Hart died in a car accident while driving back from the property. He left the property and died in a car accident. Was it him? Eerily, at almost the exact same time, a grad student who was assisting Dr. Hart on some sort of project at the property vanished without a trace, and then the grad student left too. Okay. The property sat in disuse for years as it was tied up in a legal battle between Dr. Hart's next of kin, the university he vanished, the vanished grad student's family, and the other students Dr. Hart was working with. Eventually, this case was settled out of court. Only recently did the property fall into the possession of Adrian's mother. And read a paragraph in sans serif. Obviously, I was not going to relay this whole tragic story to Adrienne, who, for all I know, believes her grandpa to still be living in the basement of his home. Besides, I thought she might already know of all this. Perhaps the elaborate story she was constructing was her own way of escaping the morbid details of a life, or perhaps lives, cut short by the cruel force of fate and the cynical adults who squabbled in the aftermath. I determined perhaps the storytelling she was and continues to engage in should not be encouraged by me. At least not in the way I went about it before, where I made active inquiries into her strange fantasy of a semi-sentient ball of skin. When I saw Adrian, I did not bring up her grandpa or ask questions about his growth. Adrian could not stop talking about it, however. I had no choice but to whether her bizarre and enthusiastic effusions about her new best friend. Adrian, maybe we can talk about something else. I'm not sure I'm following you exactly. Oh, he's gotten so big! He has so many whiskers that could come out, and I can see them move around when I think about him. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm so happy Grandpa's back. He's so much cooler than Mom and Dad. Once again, for what it's worth, I have put down the story she told me as best I could. Adrienne once again told me about growing her grandpa. Oh no, we're back. The music sounds creepier. The hairy thing that was here before is gone. Okay, well. Pulsating sack grows in the corner of the basement. Oh, it looks a little bigger. Okay, not a fan. Hold on, chat. Maybe we go... I love pulsating sacks. They're my favorite. Let's go say hi to Grandpa first, I guess. 3 acceptable foods can be eaten. Seek out things to feed. 0 of 2 words taught. Find vocabulary words. I got a battery and lettuce. Let's go to Grandpa real quick. Oh, Grandpa, you look different. Observe. You examine Grandpa, noting its movements, respiration, and general mood. Grandpa's gums are bleeding slightly, and its skin seems overly dry. It may need a food packed with vitamin C. A kiwi fruit would be an excellent remedy. Okay. I guess, let's search everything again. So apparently every week the trash builds up again, so that means maybe stuff populates in these things. I'll clean the space, so it'll not be dirty again until next week. But you know what I mean? Maybe some food will pop up, right? Some new, fresh food. Yeah, there's something weird going on here, obviously. This game is cool. It's so different in the way it tries to tell a narrative. I know it may not be everybody's cup of tea. Obviously, it's like a visual novel, so you do a lot of reading, but I think it's so fascinating. Okay. All clean. Okay, so... Space 1, 2, and 3 are all clean. Nothing seemed to be different. Okay. Let's go back to... Hold on one second. Pause. Go to Grandpa, go to study corner, go to kitchen corner. Okay. Let's check the kitchen. Oh! A pear! Who's putting food in these fridges? And a strawberry. Okay, we have a pear and a strawberry for Grandpa. Well, let's not make anything yet until we know exactly all the foods we find down here, because maybe there's foods other places. Okay, so let's go to the trash pile. A kiwi! Looks edible. Grandpa might like this. Okay. But Grandpa's going to want to eat a kiwi. The space is clean. Okay. Cabinet. I'm so fast at cleaning trash. I guess I could make it even faster by moving it, huh? Get all PogChamp with it. Okay. Top drawer. These masks are so spooky. What's up, Spider-Man? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. Examine. Cabinet. Top drawer. Bottom drawer. Oh. Right, there's nothing new. I feel like it didn't tell us we cleaned it, though, you know? Okay, whatever. Fine. Oh, hold on. There's a trash pile here. Painting's good. Man, what if we find some real good food for Grandpa? Oh? Bread? A potato. Grandpa's gonna love the potato. I know Grandpa's gonna eat that up. Ooh, linguistic module. Life. Okay, we can ask Grandpa about life. Hey, Grandpa, what's life? Particularly strong-smelling waste. Indecision. That's a weird word to converse, but okay, I suppose when you're teaching, all words are valuable. Okay. But there's a bulbous growth here, too? Yet another pulsating sac grows in this corner of the basement. I don't have anything sharp to pop that pulsating sac with, though. There's 2 pulsating sacs now. Not a fan of that. Okay, let's go to the kitchen. Get to cooking. Okay, so I know it's going to want to eat a pear and a battery. The battery is concealed in soft pear flesh. Huge. I have nothing else to hide in it right now. That's not food. Okay. Hey, Grandpa. It's time to eat. I love pear and battery soup. Good soup. Click on Grandpa's nostrils. Okay, Grandpa, I have a pear and battery. Yummy. Do you like it? Grandpa is unable to detect the unappealing item in the food and will accept it. Eat it. Oh. Although quickly consumed, the meal seems to be causing some indigestion. And with a sudden lurch, Grandpa empties his stomach onto the floor. The contents are deposited into the pool of Grandpa's previous stomach expulsion. Okay. I don't think Grandpa likes that he's making him throw up, but he needs a kiwi. Grandpa, you need a kiwi. Grandpa, do you want a kiwi? Grandpa, do you like the kiwi? Grandpa seems indifferent to the smell, but will accept this meal. It's a good kiwi. The meal appears to have been sufficient. Let's check out. Grandpa silently slides back to his corner. Grandpa recently emptied his stomach. Examine stomach. Scissors! We can cut the pulsating sac. A bit rusty, but still perfectly usable. Grandpa, why did you have scissors and a key in your stomach? You know, I don't want to know. Thank you. Let's go open the first pulsating sac. You carefully make an incision into the growth with your scissors. It is now possible to take a look inside. Okay. You peer into the small opening created by your incision. In the oily cavity, a powerful smell of rot arises, and many small increate beings lay motionless and dead. However, you just barely hear the near silent slithering of something, or maybe it was just your imagination. Huh? What are these things? Probably for the same reason it has insulation and battery in its stomach. You know what, maybe. Oh, they're squishy. Like picking up slugs. Oh, all clean. The space will not be dirty. What is that? Is that a potato? Anthropoid Remnant 1. A self-sufficient animal form knit together from years of ambient thoughts let to crawl around the basement. Grandpa may enjoy the flesh. Little friends. Do I feed that to Grandpa? That goes strictly against the no meat rule, right? But like, I have a theory that maybe those little remnants have the memories that were burnt away of the past versions, right? So giving it to Grandpa may accelerate Grandpa's growth. What's in this bulbous growth? The oily cavity, a powerful smell of rot arises. Small increate beings, okay. However, you just barely hear the non-silent slithering of something. Okay. Probably another one in here then, huh? Don't get the mugwort wet, don't feed it after me. Yeah, it's got like major... Oh, there we go. Hey, little guy. Hey, little, God, they look like the Bloodborne, like, baby great ones. Anthropoid Remnant 2, a self-sufficient animal form knit together from years of ambient thoughts left to crawl around the basement. Grandpa might enjoy the flesh. I wonder if there's multiple endings in this game. However, you just barely hear the noise. Okay, so yeah, we definitely found something in there. Okay. A wriggling human-like grub. I'm not a fan of human-like grub, but you know what? Maybe we can... Okay, what if we cook it, chat? Do you think we can, like, prepare it in the kitchen? Hold on. Go to the kitchen. Prepare food. Potato? No. Go to Grandpa. Give Mother Doll? No. Feed Grandpa. You approach the window. Okay, Grandpa! Grandpa, I have some yummy anthropoids. Grandpa, do you like that? Grandpa. Do you like this? Grandpa seems excited by the flesh smell. Oh. Yeah, we've done something terrible. The meal appears to have been particularly well received. Your offering of flesh stirs something within Grandpa. From within the folds of its body, a wiry, proboscis-like appendage begins to emerge. It may be worth taking a look at this after the feeding. Knowledge you have recently acquired. You have gained the conversation topic, proboscis. Grandpa, what's a proboscis? Here's another one, buddy. Do you like meat? There's some meat, Grandpa. Grandpa, a little meat, Grandpa. Grandpa's desire for flesh has been sated for this week. Okay. We'll save Grat for next week. Grandpa, do you want a strawberry? A brown strawberry. It is as hard as a rock. Do you want a strawberry, Grandpa? Grandpa, I have a strawberry. The meal appears to have been sufficient. Okay, Grandpa should be full now. So you step away from the window, set in the bars. Grandpa grunts in appreciation and locomotes towards its favorite's corner. Yummy. Grandpa's been fed. Time to teach Grandpa. Grandpa's proboscis is out. Grandpa, your proboscis is out. Examine proboscis. You motion to Grandpa to approach and point to the thin protuberance. Grandpa silently ambles closer to the bars and fully extends it towards you. A minuscule needle extends from its tip. There appears to be one more thing you must give, if only for the sake of propriety. Can I not give this? Glue? I don't know. What do I give him? Grandpa retracts his words as you step away from the bars. I don't know what to give Grandpa. Offer Mother Doll. We did search everything outside of the room we could, right? I guess let's try to teach Grandpa. Grandpa accedes to your request. Approaches the bars and begin to knit its skin. Oh. The inner Grandpa, though not still fully formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it, if it can respond. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Can we ask it about Wish again? Grandpa still struggles somewhat to speak due to its underdeveloped tongue, mouth, and jaw. However, it manages to rasp out an answer. Hunger is not enough on the walls of the cave. The Auroch can be hunger transformed. Desire is fulfilled by pain. Your Grandpa doesn't have the right words. Right now, I can only say I love you. Oh, that's... Is that wholesome? Love is not enough, though. Desire is not enough. Project it outwards. Make it true to yourself. If only in symbol, then it will be enough. For me and you. Ask Grandpa Shell. Grandpa still struggles. Something to grow in. My skin is not the dull skin. My skin is not like your skin either. I can still feel your eyes on me. Inside my shell. I have many eyes to see, but I don't need them as much as I need your eyes, with which I can understand as seeing me. There is a cycle of attention. You give me myself, but I am still not that. Slowly I form a human shape, and you see me more as human, and I become that. Biohazard bin. They kept putting me in a box, sleeping, and then set a light, and then in a box in the corner, in the darkness. Most of you couldn't read then. The scribe came and wrote that what everyone said. They wrote on strips of bark with thin reeds. No, it was not that. It was a paper posted somewhere. It had words to open the box. I was half dead in the box. The part of me that dies was put there for a long time. That part of me and other things they threw in. A refuse pile, papers they discarded. Okay, so that's the biohazard bin. Language. Grandpa is old. My lives were easier before I made myself to speak and before you made clothes to wear and rules to obey. Your grandpa remembers. I have learned much in many lives and death. Keep speaking with me. I love talking with you and learning from you, and it helps your grandpa so much. Soon I will be everything you would like me to be. Little friends. Grandpa still struggles somewhat to speak. The little ones, they grow like seeds of my skin. Worms fall off my body. Thoughts falling off of me. Dreams put there by others. When I was under the ground, I made only very few. Shepherds walked through the grave and saw them, lusting for their wives, and my skin made their loving faces. I called them out unto the darkness with their loved voices. One by one I took their shapes and their skin and blood. That was a time ago, before stone buildings, before the orders of angels and words and symbols. I'm sorry, Grandpa's thinking. There's a little left over from others too. I am still so hungry for flesh. Part of me is, I would even eat one of them that fell off of me. I can't help it, they grow off me. They fall off and grow in the dark, grow around me. Grandpa's proboscis. Yes, that is a part like a tongue. I was lost in the mountains and so thirsty. I was walking up a hill and found a lamb and drank from it with my tongue, and I fell asleep for a long time. I woke up as a half-formed child. I had died before. My grieving mother had remade me. We had made a contract and she completed it. I do not remember more. Okay. A minuscule needle extends from its tip. There appears to be one more thing you must give, if only for the sake of propriety. Is it my own hand? Hey, Sarah. It sounds like he uses the hand to feed. Or the proboscis to feed. Right? Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't expect that to happen. Grandpa has appreciated your blood offering. It will receive a symbol or totem from you now, although only one per offering. What? As the blood-fed proboscis retracts back into the folds of fabric, you step away from the bars. Why did I do that? I'm gonna guess there's multiple endings, because we definitely did something very different right now than I was gonna do if we just left. Offer mother doll. You approach the bars and hold out the mother symbol you created. Grandpa's spines quickly reach out and envelop the doll before drawing back. The doll quickly vanishes within the folds of Grandpa's skin. Constructing and then offering your mother's image to Grandpa, symbolically sated by blood, instills you with a concrete sense of completion. Grandpa gives a soft, affirming grunt as it senses deep within your mind the ritual transformation of your desire. Although Grandpa must receive both a mother and father totem before the fulfillment of your wish is assured. Okay, so we still need to find one more totem. We have to teach Grandpa these words real quick. Grandpa, you're doing really good. You're learning so quick. Deep within Grandpa, strange membranes phonate confidently. That's kind of how you say life. Having completed a lesson, you take a look back at the vocabulary module card and the notes written from administrators. General pronunciation comes none. Okay. At week 3 of growth 24, Whiskers appeared to recall some information from a previous growth cycle. We cannot be sure that this was really the case. For all we know, that we interpreted as recollecting this information was really drawing a semantic content from one of our own recollections and rappelling it without rationality or contextualization. For the sake of our safety and for the sake of the scientific inquiry, we are attempting to draw out from Whiskers whether it somehow retains knowledge from previous cycles and its morpholactic nucleus. We did not think it was possible the nucleus, though complex and incredible in its regenerative abilities, was capable of this, and that nerve network that grew from it made at the base of Whiskers' mind. And so we are now attempting to ask Whiskers as best we can if it has ever died and of what it might remember if it did. You step away from the bars. We can teach Grandpa indecision now. That's a word. That's a really large word. You decided... Oh. Oh, I messed up. Sorry. I accidentally backed out. You approach the window. And yeah, you're doing real good, Grandpa. Deep within Grandpa. Strange phonetic. Oh, wow, he actually kind of said it. Having completed the lesson, you take a look back at the vocabulary module. Indecision, articulation problems, possible trouble with general pronunciation module concept. We are interested in the latest growth of Whiskers to more subtle social cues and testing its ability to judge mental states of participants in conversation. The semantic content that flows of Whisker via its psi field is still becoming muddled and slipped without distinction in a conversation, although our intention of instilling it with a solid theory of mind will perhaps make it begin to understand what we do not know what it knows. One would think a theory of mind seems to develop as part of the maturation process. In order to hunt sapient beings, it must be able to deceive them. In order to deceive, it must be able to make certain metacognitive judgments. For example, if their deception appears to be working or how one ought to be deceived. We may never see it develop a theory of mind anytime soon, as Dr. Hart has disallowed a cycle of Whisker's growth to live into the beginnings of maturity. You step away. It's probably too powerful if you do, right? Okay, let's do this real quick. We did learn that in the dark... Okay. The biohazard bin is in the dark corner, but we have no access to it because we need some form of light. And I believe for this week we have searched everything here. Unless there's like some form of like hidden clickable thing I never clicked, but I don't think that's the case. So I think we'll go to Grandpa. Observe. Grandpa appears content and ready to cooperate. We'll try to talk to Grandpa one more time. Okay. Ask about wish. Okay, yeah. So it's just repeating. I thought maybe we might see something different after we gave it our blood, but okay. Grandpa show by her language friends, proboscis. Goodbye. All right. Well, thank you, Grandpa. We'll save. Chat, for those of you that have been watching, what do you think of this so far? Definitely different than the content I usually do. I want to upload this to YouTube because I think this would honestly make really good YouTube content for digestion at any point. You know what I mean? That way, for people who kind of want to experience this game but want to be able to fast forward or not, you can. That's kind of why I'm doing it today. It's kind of a test to see if content like this kind of will work on YouTube. Sorry, my leg. But I find this really fascinating. Something that lets me speculate and take guesses at the lore and like what's happening with it and where it's going to go really fascinates me, you know? So I'm really, really enjoying this thus far. Okay, let's end week. It's Grandpa Gohan. Weekly summary. Food acquired. Vocabulary cards.